because the lime is just growing so strongly. There's some of the winter crop. Look at the trunk on there. As you can see, look at the leaves, they're very dark green. Limes here right through the year as well, the same as the Meyer Lemon. Take a shot of that up close.
They're big lemons, aren't they?
They are. That's surprising to have a fig at that development, but as you can see by the deep green of the leaves, it's now a very healthy plant. It produced some beautiful passion fruit this year. It really has benefited from the growth factor. I get a whole lot of new vine running along the back of the house.
So here we are with the famous Roy Kington, ex-merchant Navy, a marine engineer and company director. And we're about to walk through Roy's garden and see what he's done with the unknown growth factor, this advanced fish emulsion, and what he's done with his 15-year-old garden. The success story, this one's only been in about 3 years. In 3 years from a very, very small plant. There's some of the winter crop, and these are limes now that we can now pit and put in the drinks. Look at the trunk on there, and it's growing hugely. A very fast grower. And yet it's refruiting as well.
And refruiting, yes. And as you can see, look at the leaves, they're very dark green, and they're definitely benefiting from the growth factor. And we're getting limes here right through the year as well, the same as the Meyer Lemon.
What about your passion fruit vine, Roy?
A passion fruit vine, I put a fair amount of that on there. It does really respond. I put on some just in very early spring, make sure it's well watered in, and then I do that about every other week, about every fortnight, right through the growth period. And as you can see, Brett, it produced some beautiful passion fruit this year. I mean, that's still growing, and these will be ready for all those nice passion fruit sweets that you want in the summer. So that's a very early fruiter. It really has benefited from the growth factor. And then after it drops the fruit, I get a whole lot of new vine running along the back of the house. The other big success story, Brett, is my fig tree. This really struggled for a year or two. I got it planted out again, but as you can see, this is a very early fig. That's surprising to have a fig at that development. You can see the smaller ones around, but as you can see by the deep green of the leaves, it's now a very healthy plant. And I've got something like about 50 figs growing. And the thing is, there's nothing better, Brett, than cutting a fig off the tree for breakfast in the morning. It's a completely different flavour than the ones you buy in the shops. And I think the growth factor has been very, very beneficial to this one. But now I'm not putting heaps of the growth factor in. What I'm doing is just feeding a very diluted amount over a period of time. Say once every couple of weeks, I just put a little bit more in. And I've got another one here, and as you can see, it's got very healthy growth. This was a pretty sick plant when I put it in a couple of weeks ago. Put some growth factor, soaked it in, and now I've got about 10 figs starting to produce. And that had been in the ground for 2 years and did nothing. I brought it out, got a bit of sunshine on it, put some growth factor in, wow, it's away. This is an avocado tree. Benefit from the growth factor. It's got beautiful green leaves, nice silky green leaves, incredibly healthy plant. It's grown about 10 centimeters already this year. And one good thing about this is you don't have to be putting a lot of heavy insecticides on, which you don't want on a fruit. If you just put a very light spray of the unknown factor into this, you don't seem to get the same bugs on there. And certainly the stink bugs are not back this year yet. We've had 1 or 2 come, but they've gone. And obviously whatever is in the growth factor is they don't like it. No doubt about that, they don't like it. This is my pride and joy. This is my Meyer Lemon. This is in a bit of a microclimate here, and we get lemons from this tree all the year round. We have been spraying it with the growth factor. That's reduced the amount of stink bug attack that we've been getting, and also fruit fly. So it is benefiting in some way of an insecticide. I wouldn't say 100%, but it's certainly knocking back the early attacks and reducing the incidence of this.
So you've had a flush of lemons on this already, Roy?
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's refruiting again?
Yeah, refruiting again. And so we have a few of these around, and these are good for knocking off now, and you can have them for drinks or eating with fish. We don't buy lemons. We generally get this one running all through the year. Take a shot of that up close.
Yeah, it's looking good, Roy. There you are. They're big lemons, aren't they?
They are.
Quite full.
And then,
about the 25th of July.
And I spray the lemons when the fruit fly came around, August, September. I sprayed them with a weak dilution at that. I didn't lose 1 lemon this year from fruit fly. Not one. Yeah. Year before I lost 30%.
Right. And did you treat it with anything else or just that
Nothing
stuff?
else, no.
Yeah. It's amazing, you know, we do get that feedback from people saying how the fruit fly and other pests and just bugger off.
Yeah.
If you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment and share. Holy mackerel dare.